Hello everyone, Wasim with Neo Seeker here and welcome to another video. And as you can tell, I'm getting ready to put a new system together. This one will be powered by the Intel Core i9-9900K CPU, which we will be installing on the MSI Meg Z390 Ace motherboard, and we'll pair that with the PATRIOT Burst SSD and also the PATRIOT VIPER RGB memory. In terms of video card, we have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. And from Deepcool GamerStorm, we have the chassis, which is the Quad Stellar, the power supply, which is the DQ850M, and the liquid cooler for the CPU, which is the Castle 240 RGB. I can't really wait to see how everything fits together, the final product and how it looks like. But for starters, we will do a quick unboxing video of some of the parts here, which will be the PATRIOT Burst SSD and VIPER RGB memory. So let me change the camera angle and we'll be right back. All right, here we are. So let's start with the SSD first. We'll put the memory to the side for now. There you go. Now, if you bought a PATRIOT SSD before, you'll be very familiar with the packaging. You have a clear window. You can see the actual SSD in there. So right off the bat, we can notice that it's a 480 gig capacity, called the Burst, and it's a 2.5 inch form factor, which is also 7mm low profile, and it's compatible with Windows and Mac. On the other side, nothing new really, except the fact that you can tell it has a 3-year warranty to it. Now if we open the box here, we have a little flyer and the clamshell where the SSD is. The flyer here, we have some technical information. You have the specifications, dimensions, and installation steps. If you installed an SSD before, you probably know what you're doing. If you never did this, it doesn't hurt to take a look at those. Now, to get to the SSD itself, just open the clamshell and then gently pop it out, and there you have it. Now, in terms of build quality, it feels pretty solid, and it has a texture to it, kind of sandblasted pretty much. So this is the Burst SSD from PATRIOT. It's built around the Phison 11 controller, rated for speeds up to 560 megabytes a second, and it also has static and dynamic wear leveling. I've been using the Ignite SSD for a while now, never had any problems with it, so I'm expecting the same from this little guy. If you flip it around, you have the sticker on the back. So the only thing worthy of noting here that if you remove it, you void your warranty. So if you don't want to void your warranty, don't remove it. The installation points on the sides, in the back, so you can install it either this way, whatever your chassis would dictate basically. So yeah, there you have it. Nice little unit. If you're looking to upgrade, your laptop, for example, storage, or just like I'll be doing, start a system from scratch, it's a good unit to have. And I looked online just before shooting this video, and you can have it in Amazon for $60 US or $80 Canadian, but because it's the holiday season, the prices might be all over the place, so keep an eye open for sales. Yeah, Boxing Day is coming soon, so you never know. So that's the Burst SSD 480 gig from PATRIOT. Now put that aside and let's take a look at the memory. Right off the bat, you can see that the box is way more colorful. Now this is the VIPER RGB dual channel DDR4 RAM. We have the 16 gig kit with black heat sinks, 2 modules, 8 gigs each, rated at 3000 megahertz. Now here's a little nice look at the box, and in the top right corner it tells you that it's compatible with the Gigabyte RGB Fusion software, the ASUS Aura Sync, the MSI Mystic Light, and the ASRock Polychrome. Now, PATRIOT has their own software to control the RGB on these modules. However, you shouldn't be installing the Patriot software on top of your motherboard software. If you have one of these motherboards that supports or offers one of these RGB control systems, I would use the one from your motherboard and don't install the Patriot one, because they would be conflicting. It will be, you know, it will be a mess to deal with. Now, let's open this. Again, same concept, I guess. We have a clamshell with the modules inside, a little cardboard here, and some stickers for your chassis or your car, or, you know, don't put them on your pets though. All right, here they thank you for purchasing this, and you, yes, so the software and installation guide with a graphic on the back, the little notch for the DDR4. You know, if you installed, again, RAM before, you'd know what you're doing. If you don't, take a look at that, it helps. Now let's pop these out from here. We'll take just one. They're pretty much identical. So there you have it. Black heatsink, very thin, but it should do the job, with the VIPER logo right in the middle, and then we have the RGB lights right on top here. So this whole area lights up, even where the VIPER logo is. On the other side, you know, same thing. The PCB is black, so that's nice. It will fit with most gaming builds. If you're building a custom system, it's nice to have a black PCB instead of like a ugly green one, unless you're running or you're rocking a green system. So yeah, there you have it. And on the sticker here, we have the SKU, the fact that it's a 3000 megahertz CL15 1.35 volt module. Now I've used a lot of Patriot products even before I started doing reviews, so I like them, and because I like them, I tend to be a little bit harder on them in terms of performance, in terms of build quality. So far I have nothing to complain about. I have, well, an SSD is an SSD really, so there's not much there, unless it dies on you, then we have a problem, but otherwise they work nicely. For the memory, this is rated at 3000 megahertz, but I'm expecting it to give me more than that. And once we have the system up and running, I will let you know, guys, what's happening with the speeds of the memory. I'll try probably to get it at least to 3200 without much effort, with just changing a couple settings. No over voltage or anything, so it should be capable of doing that. So there you have it, the two Patriot products that we'll be using in the new build: the VIPER RGB dual channel DDR4 memory and the burst SSD 480 gigs. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with more of the products we have here for this new build.